Today I'm going to show you how to make a 3D print time lapse like this. Pretty cool, right? Let's get started. So the first step in making this whole thing work was I went on Amazon and bought this remote shutter button. I didn't have one of these before. So this can control my camera with the click of a button. We need to mount this to the printer. You got two options. You can either go all the way to the right or all the way to the left, because you want it off to the side and the head will move over and click it every time it wants to take a photo. Over here on the right, when my head extends all the way across, the fan is blocking this portion of the printer, so I can't really use that. So I ended up going with the left side. So I have these two holes right here that I'm thinking about utilizing. I'll 3D print a kind of mount or casing that this can go in. It will sit right here. And then I'll put something in this area that will swing over and bloop, click my button. So the first thing we're going to do is start with the casing, in which I'm going to model this really roughly and then just create something that can hold it pretty snug. Okay, so I have my casing finished printing, and I got about halfway through modeling this and realized that I could utilize this metal guard that they put right above the extruder. And so since this is going to be facing right here, I figured I could just attach something down here that pushes my button. But to do that, I had to flip the remote upside down and in. So my first model was having it sit up, but this one I had coming downwards. And then I widened this hole up a little bit so you can see the light blinking. That way you know if it's actually working or not. So now we're just gonna take this and throw in some longer screws and mount it onto the printer. Okay, so now that we got the screws in through here, we wanna put this guy back up and then run this right through. Make sure you orient it the right way. You want this on the inside so the printer can come in and push the button. All right, so let's get this up here. Too fat. Okay. Look at that. Yeah. Something pretty good. Okay, now the real test is to see if it fits. Here we go. Yeah, nice. Okay, and you can still see the light. It's in there pretty good. When you push it, it doesn't move very much. And so over here, I was thinking now, when we go back to the original idea was to have this upright. Now if you do that, slide this over, now I have to come up with some kind of contraption to go attach here, come over, come up, and then back over again. Hit this button. This is as far as the head goes. So I mean, that's doable. But like I said, when I was thinking about it, rethinking it during modeling, I realized that I have this to play with. And I can easily just attach something to this that goes straight into the button. So with that being said, then I realized that, I believe this is probably a steel guard or something. So I tested it out, grabbed my magnet, and look, bow. So now I'm just gonna come up with something that can glue to this magnet, stick out a little bit further, and so when I slide this, it'll push right into it. So let's start with that. Man, this whole project by measuring has been like superb. Everything's fit together so well, except for this. Now, slide. Oh, it's a hair too short. So I was thinking I could go back in and make it a little bit longer. But you really want to get this as perfect as you can. You don't want it to be too long where it's pushing the button before it hits the limit switch. Because then your 3D printer won't be able to home properly. So what I was thinking was, I have this little container filled with all these different springs. And so I was thinking that, if I could just find something in here that might fit, I could drill a hole through this, insert the spring, glue it down, and then that way it has like a little cushion where the printer could home still and push it in the spring and give me a little wiggle room. Okay, we're gonna try it out. Fingers crossed. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Oh, 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 there we go. All right, let's see how well the printer homes. Ah, nice. Perfect. Perfect. Let's go again. Okay, and that's home. And so the button's pushed. Limit switch is still good. I don't think it's causing the printer too much tension to try to get to the home. All right. Now I guess the real test is to try it out with the camera. Okay, so I also picked up this, which is a AC power adapter for your camera. It's got this that goes into the battery port, then at the other end, it's got a plug to go into the wall. That way your camera never dies in the middle of a time lapse. The final step in this project is to actually tell the printer to take a photo. And so we're gonna do that with some G-code manipulation. Make Anything has a great video that covers this, and I followed it pretty closely. This is what the G-code looks like. So you want to go into your layer change script and tell the printer after each layer, first you want it to move to this location near your button. And then you want to slowly press it. Hold that position to give your camera enough time to take a photo and then move away. That's pretty much all there is to this G-code. You'll make your own changes to it depending on where your button is located. The last thing I did was went into my retraction settings and tell the printer to retract after each layer change. That way, when a layer change happens and the printhead moves over to take a photo, you don't have a ton of stringing. So once you make all these slicer changes, this is what it should end up looking like. Once your 3D printer is done printing, you're going to gather up all the photos that you took at each layer change and create a video out of them. I did 1-second increments for mine, and there's lots of different programs out there that you can use for this. Well, that sums it up. Thank you for watching today's video. Have a great day.